Right. Yes, good afternoon, everyone. So today I'll be giving a demonstration about, as you are learning automation testing and manual testing, certain keywords like terminologies related to testing, you have to understand them properly. Because the main aim of this course is to perform the testing. So if you wanted to perform the functional testing or UI testing manually, it doesn't require any kind of programming knowledge. But the manual testing requires a lot of time. The cost is also a little more. To reduce those two, actually we'll go with the automation testing. That's the main root cause. So to do the manual testing or automation testing, certain organizations will be using Java as the core programming scripting language. And certain companies will use Python as a scripting language. Certain companies use C#, Ruby. There are certain programming languages we have. Nowadays, even Gherkin language, like there is a one particular framework called BDD, Behavior Data Driven Testing, which uses there is a language called as a Gherkin. It looks like natural English, and robotic framework is also there. That uses there is a Groovy technology, which is Groovy scripting. Let's there will be TypeScript. Different scripting languages are using, but however, being an automation testing engineer, if you are good at with one programming language, I think you can very simple and very casually you can able to write the code for the automation process. But very micro level of little programming is required. Hardly being an automation testing engineer, you will be able to write 10 to 15% of the code. But you should have a thinking levels. Always quality analysts should have a negative thinking, because where you are going to test the application, once the developer will build application, on top of it, whatever the code has written, whatever the functionality has been implemented, is that working according to expectations and actual? If there is any deviation between expectations and actual, during the conducting the testing process, it will become as a defect. It will become as a bug, error, failure. These are the outcomes of the test. If everything is expected manner, if the behavior of an application would happen, obviously our conclusion, like our result of the testing will be positive. It will be pass. Even if you conduct a regression testing more and more, still it will be give the same consistent result as per your expectations. The test case is passed. Okay, anyhow, let us see what topics we would like to demo about fundamentals of automation as well as manual testing. So right, so here we are going to have testing terminology, certain things, and certain steps we have to understand. You are from which background? Being a quality analyst, being a testing engineer, we must aware what development life cycle. What is the software development life cycle? SDLC full form is what? Absolutely. Manual versus automation difference you must aware, and roles and environments for the testing process. Clear? Yeah, let's go ahead. Firstly, we should understand, because once upon a time we had there is a concept of memory. There is a concept of hard disk. It is a secondary storage memory. It is a permanent storage memory. Later, there is a concept called as a database concept, which is a backend, Oracle, MySQL, MongoDB, all this. Comes to now, most of the software applications are deploying on top of the cloud. What are the clouds we have generally? Can you tell me? Clouds. Google Cloud, we have GCP, right? Google Cloud Platform. AWS, Amazon Web Services. Azure, Microsoft product. Amazon, AWS is Amazon product. ServiceNow, Dropbox, ThinkSpeak, Alibaba. Likewise, we have n number of clouds. How cloud is different from the normal storage? See, hard disk is also stores the data. SSD also stores the data. Cloud is also getting stored the data. When other people would ask, what are the clouds you know? Then you tell Firebase, AWS, Azure, ThinkSpeak, Google Cloud Platform. All these are the Google clouds. What set of services clouds will provide? Let's suppose here, as you know, examples of the clouds are GCP, AWS, Azure, ThinkSpeak, Alibaba, Dropbox, Firebase. All these are the some set of clouds we have. Yes or no? When I'm going to ask, can I understand that what exactly cloud is different from the normal database like Oracle, all these, they are the databases, right? So I would like to give you now. Yeah. Now, features of cloud. Features of cloud is nothing but what are the services the clouds are going to be provided. I am saying that cloud is also defined as SaaS. What is the SaaS? Can I know what is the full form of SaaS? Software as a service. Software as a service. What does it mean? See, now you are installing Python as part of your laptop. If you want to work with Java, JDK need to be installed. GRE need to be installed. If you want to work with the C#, C# software has to be installed. If you want to work with a database, Oracle, MySQL, all these to be installed. Let's likewise, hundreds of languages, hundreds of databases, a lot of things you need to install on top of the laptop or not. One fine day, the performance of the laptop will be go down because many softwares you are installing on top of it. Yes or no? On mobile also, when you purchase the new mobile, usually the performance of the mobile will be very, very fast. Just like that, we can scroll up, scroll down. Yes or no? After 1 year, you see the performance of the mobile. Definitely, slowly when you click on something, after 2-3 seconds, it will be get open. Screen will be not fastly respond accordingly. Software will also open slowly. You will get start irritation. Correct. The innovative idea behind the cloud is that why don't we install the software on top of the cloud just with one URL? We can able to give the program such a way that program will be executed at the cloud. Output will be onto the screen. Let me show you the example for that. SaaS, right? We are talking about SaaS. Google. Online Python compiler. Clear? Yeah. Now you tell me here www.programism.com is the web URL. They are maintaining online compilers on top of the cloud. What I'm saying, cloud will provide software as a service. Now this entire screen is considered as a cloud. On top of it, Python software are being already installed. Now I'm just simply x is equal to 20, x is equal to 20, y is equal to 30, and z is equal to x plus y, and print, isn't it, the sum. Now, the moment when I click on run, you tell me this software is available in our machine? No, somewhere it is available on the cloud. The moment when I click on execute, the program executed by the interpreter of on top of the cloud, the output will be visible over here. You see the output? Means your laptop doesn't require 100 GB of hard disk, your laptop doesn't require 12 GB of RAM. 1 GB of RAM is sufficient for this, because just we need a laptop configuration is that to browse the URL, because software is not available anywhere in the machine. That will be available in the cloud. Now, can we agree? Cloud will provide software as a service. Can you accept it? Do you agree or not? That's an answer I'm expecting from you. Are you clear? Okay. Let's go back to the. So, one service you have understand that provided by cloud. One is SaaS. One more is correct. PaaS. Platform as a service. What does it mean? How platform is different from the software? Tell me. See, I'm using Windows operating system, but I need Linux operating system to be work on. Clear? Either one way is to install the Linux operating system on the same system. Side by side, you wanted to execute. For that, there is a software called VMware is required. Clear? And sometimes, if the system configuration is not up to the mark, installation of two more operating system on the same platform becomes very headache for it's a burden for the system. Because single processor, right? Dual operating system. Obviously, it will be a multitasking problems. There will be sharing of the memory issues. There will be, of course, there is a virtualization concept. Will be having an ability to share the hardware issues, share the memories. All these parallel will does, but still, providing a platform as a service with the help of a cloud will be much more better than the legacy systems. So you are working on Windows operating system through the Amazon, because Amazon is cloud, which is AWS is cloud, right? Through going Amazon AWS, you can take a rent Linux operating system, Red Hat Linux operating system, Ubuntu operating system, Solaris operating system, just with a one URL on top of the Windows operating system, we can browse the Linux operating system. How beautiful it is! That's a very unimaginable, we can say that's already services provided. It's all, we never thought that such kind of platforms would be provided, but still they're provided. Understand? You need not install any operating system on top of this laptop. But still, are you working on the Linux operating system or not? Absolutely. That is called platform as a service. Next, last. IaaS, infrastructure as a service. What does it mean? Can you tell me? Infrastructure as the service. See, now you guys are having laptop. With the minimum 50,000 laptop you are maintaining. Yes or no? If take a software companies, minimum, do you know the number of employees working in TCS? 7 lakhs over the world. For everybody, they are providing laptop or not? Minimum 50,000 laptop they are providing. 50,000 into 7 lakhs, you tell me how much expenditure they are spending for the giving laptops? In crores. If I reduce that infrastructure, I'll give you tab. 10,000 tab I'll give you for everybody. Clear? 40,000 I can save. Yes or no? Through the tab, you have to connect to the cloud. Whatever you are saving, whatever you are executing, whatever your platform deployment, the publication deployment, everything, what operating system you want somebody want Red Hat, somebody want Linux, somebody want Ubuntu, somebody want Windows, somebody want Mac. People are working on different platforms, right? All platforms, numerous employees can be utilized the cloud without much more hardware cost. That's called as infrastructure. Correct? ఇక్కడ ల్యాండ్ మెయింటైన్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. That the over the cloud only I will maintain the infrastructure. Yes or no? That's how the things will happen. That's good. That's possible with the help of a cloud concept. So why we need to understand all this being an automation testing engineer is that, because let's suppose till now, agile methodology, Scrum methodology, all these used to happen with the help of there is a tool called as a Jira. Correct? Have you heard about Jira? Now, slowly, DevOps tools are coming into picture. Azure, complete bug tracking, CI/CD, all these are happening through the Azure. Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Terraform, lot of tools are coming into the market. Don't scared with the terminologies. They all can be learned within 1 week. But we should know because the rapidly softwares are growing. If you are not aware what exactly cloud is, if you are not aware what the services are providing by the clouds, then obviously being an automation testing engineer, always don't think that you are going to test the standalone applications. You will be testing client server applications, distributed applications, the entire applications. Yes or no? You cannot imagine. Therefore, we need to have a knowledge about cloud. Now, are you understanding about the cloud exactly, right? Great. Okay. Next. What a testing is? What a testing is? You tell me, being an employee, being an educator, being an English literature man, can you define what is a testing? Can you define? Quality of a product. Okay. So whenever buying a mobile, are you testing? Are you verifying or are you doing validation? Okay. ఈ వాలిడేషన్ వెరిఫికేషన్ వదిలేసి టెస్టింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి? నేను ఒక నీకు రిమోట్ ఇచ్చాను నీ చేతికి, ఇది వర్క్ అవుతుందా లేదా నువ్వు టెస్ట్ చెయ్యి అని చెప్పాను అనుకో, దాన్ని ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్పు, ఏమని చెప్తావు? టెస్టింగ్ అంటే ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్ జనరలైజ్డ్ డెఫినేషన్ ఆఫ్ అ టెస్టింగ్. This validation and verification purely domain and programmatical level, software based level terminology. ఇది వదిలే. Tell me, how can you define a testing in a generalized manner? 10th క్లాస్ పిల్లలు ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళకి సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అంటే ఏం తెలియదు. మొబైల్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు, అన్ని చేస్తారు, కానీ దే డోంట్ నో వాట్ ఈస్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్. ఆర్ క్లియర్? వాడు నిన్ను అడిగాడు అనుకో, డ్యూరింగ్ ది డెవలప్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ అ సాఫ్ట్వేర్, ఇట్ కెన్ బి మొబైల్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్, ఇట్ కెన్ బి అ వెబ్ అప్లికేషన్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్, ఇట్ కెన్ బి ఎనీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్. What happens during the testing process? You tell me. Hmm? You are checking whether it is working or not. Okay. Any more other definitions? See, guys, నాకు వచ్చింది ఏమేమో నేను మాట్లాడేస్తున్నా. After you, once the class is done, you are going to become a teacher. My job is done. Once class అయిపోయిన తర్వాత నా రోల్ అయిపోయింది, then your role is going to start. You should talk. You should express the things in a meaningful way, which is end user is going to understand. మీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ మేనేజర్ కూడా మనిషే కదా. Sharanya, please, can you tell me what sort of testing you have done during your experience? If they ask, you should express in terms of English, right? Can you explain in Telugu or what? Candidate client is from the USA. Correct? Your English, surely they would understand, but their English you don't understand properly. Correct? Now, you are very intelligent, you are highly experienced, but your communication skills are very poor. Am I understandable to you? No, tell me. I am asking what is testing. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ వర్క్ చేసేటప్పుడు క్లయింట్ రౌండ్స్ అని ఉంటాయి మీకు. ఒక 6 నెలలు 1 year ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత అగైన్ దే విల్ బి అలౌ యూ టు అటెండ్ అ క్లయింట్ రౌండ్ that you are capable enough to work on to the upcoming project or not. They need to understand, they need to assess ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ కి ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయడానికి కావాల్సిన కేపబిలిటీస్ నీ దగ్గర ఉన్నాయి లేదని చెక్ చేస్తాం వాళ్ళు. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? నాట్. How do you justify, how do you prove that you are knowledgeable unless if you don't speak? Are you clear? Please guys, I'm not insulting you. In day-to-day life, it's very essential to understand. Clear? That's it. Clear. Okay. Very simple manner. Being a quality analyst, being an automation testing engineer, being a manual testing engineer, testing means validation and verification is very simple. If I ask you what is validation and what is verification, look like they are same. Are you correct? Or else, informal way, the testing can be defined as develop a software without deviation, develop a software without defects, develop a software without erroneous. You'll have to check. Am I correct? Yes. So, during the buying a product, after the product went to the production level, went to the market, it is already using by the people. Correct? We test as a verification. Clear? Given features have been provided as part of the product or not, we are going to verify. Clear? So, what is the validation? So, when the product is under the test, verification can be done theoretically, but validation has to be done manually as well as automatically. Let's suppose at a time, if your product is going to be accessed by 10 million people, is that responding properly or not? It is a validation process. Durability test. ఒక 10th floor నుంచి ఒక మొబైల్ ని కింద పడేస్తారు, పడిపోయినా వర్క్ చేస్తుంది అనుకో, అవర్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఈస్ హైలీ డ్యూరబుల్ అని చెప్తారు. మనం ఎప్పుడైనా షాపింగ్ వెళ్ళినప్పుడు చూడండి, సూట్ కేసులు, టీవీలు కింద పడేసి మా ప్రోడక్ట్ చాలా మంచిది ఇటు చూడండి అని చెప్తారు, గుర్తుందా? సో దట్స్ డ్యూరబిలిటీ టెస్ట్. ఇవన్నీ టెస్ట్లు నువ్వు నీ ప్రోడక్ట్ని కొన్న తర్వాత నువ్వు టెస్ట్ చేస్తావా? నో కదా. సో వెన్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్ ఈస్ అండర్ టెస్ట్ ఓన్లీ, ఇట్ కెన్ బి ఆల్ఫా టెస్ట్, ఇట్ కెన్ బి బీటా టెస్ట్. ఆల్ఫా టెస్ట్ వచ్చేసి ప్రోడక్ట్ క్లయింట్ అంటే డెవలప్మెంట్ లొకేషన్ లో డెవలప్ చేస్తూ ఉన్నప్పుడు టెస్ట్ చేసేదాన్ని ఆల్ఫా టెస్టింగ్ అంటారు. వన్స్ డెవలప్మెంట్ అయిన తర్వాత క్లయింట్ ని మన పక్కన పెట్టుకొని వాడి ప్రజెన్స్ లో టెస్ట్ చేసే ప్రాసెస్ ని బీటా టెస్టింగ్ అంటారు, క్లయింట్ లొకేషన్ లో వెళ్ళి. ఇవన్నీ మీరు సబ్సిక్వెంట్లీ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు లెర్న్ యాజ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది థియరిటికల్ టెస్ట్. సో ఎనీహౌ, సో validation means a given features are working according to the expectations of the client or not by applying the scientific and mathematical approaches, then we'll be concluded all the tests are passing on. That's called as a validation. Verification means given features are provided or not. Yes or no? Yeah. Manual and versus automation testing. So you tell me, how do you test any product? It can be a software product, it can be a hardware product. How do you test manually? Let's suppose I'm going to ask you a login page, Google login page, Gmail login page. Whether user ID password after I supply, is that going to the inbox space according to my expectations or not? When I give valid username password, I'm expecting that the inbox space need to be landed over. When I give user ID wrong, password correct, it should not go to the inbox space. When I give valid user ID, wrong password, it should not go to the inbox space. When I give both invalid, it should not go to the inbox space. So if we have a two parameters, two features, user ID and password, 2 to the power of 2, 4 possible ways to be tested manually. Alage, at a time, 100 login pages ni no test cheyali. Can you test? At a time, 10 lakhs application no test cheyali. Chestava? So manually, you are not able to test. Ledante, you take RBI account, Swiss Bank account enter kada. Swiss Bank account ni login avalante, username, password, digital signatures, voice recognition, image recognition, ఇవన్నీ పారామీటర్స్ పాస్ అయిన తర్వాత ఓటీపీ జనరేషన్ 1 level, 2 level, కనీసం 10 levels of authentication will be there for this Swiss bank account. అంటే 2 to the power of 10, which is equal to 1024 combinations and permutations of test cases రాయలేను. Can you do manually within half an hour? The same case, if I apply through the automation process through the programming frameworks like Selenium, within a minute it will give you. Clear? It's very easy process. Surely, you need not to worry. I will be give you hands-on knowledge to you. Just you can understand that what exactly. But what I'm expecting from your end is that when I'm asking fundamentals to express, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎంత స్టోరీ చెప్పాను, మాన్యువల్ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఆటోమేషన్ టెస్టింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి, వెరిఫికేషన్ అంటే ఏంటి, వ్యాలిడేషన్, యూ షుడ్ బీ ఇన్ ఎ పొజిషన్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ టు మీ. నన్ను ఇంటర్వ్యూర్ అనుకోండి, మీరు క్యాండిడేట్, ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వచ్చిన క్యాండిడేట్, యూ షుడ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ ఇన్ అ స్మూత్ అండ్ ఎ ఫ్లూయెంట్ అండ్ అ మీనింగ్ఫుల్ మేనర్. డోంట్ ట్రై టు ట్రాన్స్లేట్ ఇన్ జనరల్ ఇంగ్లీష్. ఫంక్షన్ అంటే ఫంక్షన్ అని, మ్యారేజ్ ఫంక్షన్, అంతేగాని నువ్వు ఫంక్షన్ ఇన్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ డెఫినేషన్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్. కరెక్ట్? సో అరే అంటే మామూలు డెఫినేషన్ వేరు, ప్రోగ్రామాటిక్ డెఫినేషన్ వేరు. సో డోంట్ ట్రై టు బి ట్రాన్స్లేట్ సర్టన్ domain related words into a generalized words. the complete meaning gets changed. Are you clear? Right. If you look at these terminologies, defect, bug, and failure, are you finding any difference between them? Dr. Sudhir? See, అవి మూడు ఒకేలాగా అనిపిస్తున్నాయి మనకి. డిఫెక్ట్ అన్నా ప్రాబ్లం, బగ్ అన్నా ప్రాబ్లం, ఫెయిల్యూర్ అన్నా ప్రాబ్లం. ఆర్ యూ క్లియర్? హౌ డు యూ డిస్టింగ్విష్? హౌ డు యూ డిఫైన్ దెమ్? అవి మూడు ఒకటేలాగా మీనింగ్ వచ్చిన డిఫరెంట్ టైంలో జరుగుతాయి అవన్నీ. సో హియర్ డిఫెక్ట్, జనరల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ లో చెప్పండి, వాట్ యూ మీన్ బై డిఫెక్ట్? What do you mean by defect? Am I asking any difficult questions to you? Please, we are all teachers for our children. Unfortunately, I become a teacher for you at this level. I think I felt very happy that, at least, I'm little aware more than you. But you guys are highly talented. You guys have came from highly, excellent colleges. You have a good degrees. You are from the metropolitan city. I'm not. Clear? So guys, learning everyone can do. But have you listened these Sadhguru's videos? Sadhguru, do you know that? How beautifully, how fluently he will talk English. Have you seen that? By seeing his posture, by seeing his personality, definitely will underestimate or not. If the people who doesn't, if he send Sadhguru to village, because village people might not aware about Sadhguru, right? Definitely they'll underestimate, who is this guy, old man. అని వాడిని ఎట్లా పడితే అట్లా మాట్లాడతారు, ఎవడరా నువ్వు, ఏం కదా, ఏమన్నా కదా. సద్గురు ఒక పిఎం అయిన కాలం అవుతాడు. Because his value, being an educated, we understand the value of other man, that how great they are. Clear? ఈ మాట అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. తెలుగులో కొన్నిసార్లు మనం సరిగ్గా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయకపోవచ్చు. కొంతమంది ఇంగ్లీష్లో సరిగ్గా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయలేరు, తెలుగులో బాగా ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేస్తారు. It's all. But however, we are going to work in a digital world, in a software world, where the universal language I'm expecting from you, because we write programs in English, we talk in English, we write mails in English, we'll receive forms in English, we'll receive the SRS documents, BRS documents, all software related books, everything we are going to exchange in terms of English only. There are no Telugu forms might be available at software company. Yes or no? So kindly, I would expect the priority. You have to write in English, you have to talk in English, you have to express the things in terms of English. I'll very soon I'll be conduct mock interviews to you, which means today I'm taking class, right? Next Monday you have to explain the same concept, one of you, to me. I'll see how you are learning the things. See, my job, hours together I can express, I can explain the things to you. But how much knowledge you have accumulated and how you are reproducing it as per my knowledge, that's very important. మీరు చెప్పడమే ఇంపార్టెంట్, నేను చెప్పడం గ్రేట్ కాదు. Because at the end of the day, you are going to work on the top of the real-time products. నీ కింద జూనియర్ జాయిన్ అవుతాడు ఒకడు, వాడికి నువ్వు కేటీ ఇవ్వాలా, నాలెడ్జ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయాలి. నువ్వు తెలుగులో ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తే వాడికి ఏం అర్థమవుతుంది? నో. ప్లీజ్, stop talking Telugu. Please make high priority. English is a priority according to my knowledge. Because if you want to survive, I'm not being a Telugu man, I shouldn't be discouraged that you shouldn't talk in Telugu. But I'm just telling you to motivate that the industry expectation is like that. Okay, great. What is the defect? Correct. Defect means deviation between actual and expected. What does mean by defect? Deviation between the actual and expected called, defect. Yeah. Defect. నువ్వు ఒకటి అనుకుంటావు, ఇంకోటి వస్తుంది. నువ్వు అనుకున్నది వేరు, వచ్చింది వేరు. దట్స్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్, దాన్ని మనం డిఫెక్ట్ అని అంటాం. ఈ వర్డ్స్ ప్యూర్లీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ టర్మినాలజీస్ లోనే మన సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కంపెనీస్ లో యూజ్ చేస్తాం. డే టు డే లైఫ్ లో యూజ్ చేయం ఈ వర్డ్స్. ఓకే, వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ మీన్ బై బగ్? Yeah, you see that when the developer, because before you there was a developer in software development life cycle, నీ తల మీద అంటే నీకంటే ముందు developer will build a software and hand over to you to test, to conduct a test. Clear? Now, what happens when the developer accept defect and then it is said to be bug? అంటే క్యాజువల్ యాటిట్యూడ్ వల్ల ఇది ఏమవుతుందిలే అని నీకు ఇచ్చేస్తాడు. నువ్వు టెస్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు నువ్వు ఒకలాగా అనుకుంటావు, క్లయింట్ ఒకలాగా ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తాడు, కానీ అవుట్పుట్ మాత్రం వేరేది వస్తుంది. You have to consider being a testing engineer as a bug. We have to be request to the developer while conducting this particular test, the output is producing by the application is abnormal behavior. Kindly try to be recorrected. అని నువ్వు డెవలపర్ కి రిక్వెస్ట్ పెడతావు. That's called as bug. Are you clear? Yes, please, noticeable points. You cannot be interchangeably use them. దీని ప్లేస్ లో అది, దాని ప్లేస్ లో ఇది చేయవద్దు. Yes. Failure. What do you mean by failure? When the defects are reached to the end user, even testing engineer is also due to their tension. ఇంట్లో పెళ్ళం తిట్టిందనేసి వాడు ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళి ఏందేందో టెన్షన్ పడిపోయి చేసే పని చేయకుండా ఏందో చేస్తుంటారు. కరెక్ట్. సో even testing engineer also sometimes ignore the defects. It will be escalated to the end user. Escalated to end user means what? It is already the product is using by the end user. Something goes wrong from the perspective of the end user, that will be considered as a failure. So you are using GPay, you are using PhonePe, you are using Amazon Pay, you are using Paytm. A lot of many gateways are there to transfer the money. You tell me which one you are preferably using more and more. PhonePe. Why not Google Pay? Why not Amazon Pay? Because there are a lot of discounts will be given. If you pay the electrical bill from the Amazon Pay, 10% of the money will be reduced. Okay, anyhow, before going to use a particular product, there might be you faced certain failures. జీపేతో మనం అప్పుడప్పుడు పే చేస్తుంటే అమౌంట్ వెళ్ళదు, ఫెయిల్యూర్ అయిపోతుంది. The destination bank is too busy. The destination bank is at this moment not accepting payments. ఇలాంటివన్నీ వస్తుంటాయి, గుర్తుందా? మీరు 1, 2, 3 times if you face such kind of consequences during making the transactions, you will be stop using that. It's your experience, right? That kind of failures will be considered as a failure at a testing point of view. Are you clear? Great. So please guys, right from the beginning, from the childhood, we know what is failure, what is bug, what is defect. Ivanni words ippudu nerchukovatledu manam. Right from the childhood we know that those words are existing. But when you become a quality analyst, the words might be look like similar, and the similarity and the synonym will be look like same, but their level of severity, priority, time are different. Are you clear? Again, I'll be asked somewhere else in future classes. You should be in a position to distinguish me properly. Right? Please.
Python with SELENIUM or Java with SELENIUM?
Yeah. Shiva, do you have any questions?
Sir, Python with Selenium, Java with Selenium, sir.
Python with
నేర్పించేది.
Selenium. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's. Yeah. As per your knowledge, what is a software product and what is a software project? Very quite commonly, software engineers are common people interchangeably in a misunderstandable manner, or very casually we use software project, software product words very innovatively, but they are different from each other. But being a software engineer, being a quality analyst, you should have a clear cut idea that what a software is product comes under, what software comes under a software project. Is it clear? Okay. Yeah. A ready to use solution is called as a software product. Can you tell me some of examples what the software products are you are using in your mobile? Tell me. Shiva, do you have any idea what is software product?
Sir, no, sir, no, sir. Sir, no, sir.
Okay, Shiva. Okay. See, WhatsApp is the software product. Someone have made freely available for you. You are an IAS officer, you are a CM, you are a student, you are a layman. Even layman are also using WhatsApp nowadays, yes or no? Irrespective of your designation, everybody's requirements, the products are going to build. A ready-made flat is a product. Yes or no? Ready to use solution. Facebook is a product. MS Office is a product. Instagram is a product. Google Assistant is a product. Chatbot is a product. YouTube is a product. Likewise, there are, Google is the product-based company. Yes or no? They would release the products and people used to have. Okay. Let's see some more other points. When the product is built by the company, ఒక product ని ఒక company develop చేసిన తర్వాత, that would be sometimes provided with a free of cost. Sometimes we have to take a license. Clear? For example, PPTs like Windows operating system ఉంది. Windows operating system is a product or project? Product. Correct? ఆ విండోస్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ని కొంతమంది ఫ్రీగా యూజ్ చేస్తారు, దాన్ని పైరేటెడ్ వర్షన్స్ అంటే. కొంతమంది మనం కొత్తగా ల్యాప్టాప్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు కొత్త ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ 10,000 ఎక్స్ట్రా పే చేసి తీసుకుంటాం మనం. కరెక్ట్? ఇట్స్ రెడీమేడ్. వీ కెన్ నాట్ డూ ఎనీ మోర్ ఆన్ టాప్ ఆఫ్. మహా అంటే ఈ విండోస్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ స్క్రీన్ యొక్క థీమ్ ని కలర్ చేంజ్ చేయగలము, అంతకుమించి ఒక్క లైన్ కోడ్ కూడా మనం యాడ్ చేయలేము. ఆర్ యు క్లియర్? గ్రేట్. If the customer requires any changes on top of the product, colors, titles, appearances, some functionality can be changed from the end user perspective time. Else, rest of the things we cannot expect it from that. Clear? Okay. Purchasing a flat after the construction is called as product. Yes or no? Anymore, if ఒక చైర్ కావాలనుకో, ఆల్రెడీ ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని తీసుకుంటాం, ఇట్ ఇస్ అ ప్రోడక్ట్. సార్ ఒక టేబుల్ కూడా అంతే, రెడీమేడ్ టేబుల్ కావాలంటే తీసుకోవచ్చు. లేదు, నాకు ఒక టేబుల్లో 6 మంది కూర్చోవాలి, వీ హ్యావ్ టు కస్టమైజ్ ఇట్. వీ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ దెమ్ ది ఆర్డర్స్ such a way that based on our requirements they will be built. You tell me now, such a tables are going to be a product or process? ప్రాజెక్ట్. నీవు చెప్పినట్టు డెవలప్ చేసి ఇచ్చేదాన్ని ప్రాజెక్ట్ అని అంటాం. ఆల్రెడీ ఉన్నదాన్ని మనం కొనాలి. ఎస్. ఇప్పుడు జ్యువెలరీ ఉంటుంది, ఉన్న డిజైన్సే మనం కొనాలి. వాళ్ళ దృష్టిలో మన దృష్టిలో ప్రోడక్ట్స్ అవి. కానీ నాకు 100 తులాలది ఒక చైన్ కావాలి. యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ అన్ ఆర్డర్. బిస్కెట్స్ అని కొని నువ్వు ఇస్తే నీకు కావాల్సినట్టు వాళ్ళు తయారు చేస్తారు. అప్పుడు వాడి దృష్టిలో మన దృష్టిలో ఇట్స్ అ ప్రాజెక్ట్. ఎగ్జాక్ట్. అరే క్లియర్? గ్రేట్. So now I'm talking about project. Project is taking requirements from the customer to build a solution. Let's suppose you wanted to develop one web application to maintain Alladi Cloud Training Institute, student info. So క్లయింట్ చెప్పినట్టు మనము వాళ్ళ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ తీసుకొని బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కలర్ ఇలా ఉండాలి, ఇన్ని ట్యాబ్స్ ఉండాలి, దీస్ ఆర్ ది పేజెస్ వీ హ్యావ్, దెర్ మస్ట్ బి వాట్సాప్ API, there will be a chatbot APIs, there will be a contact form, there will be a mail transfer form, there will be a payment gateways need to be plugged in with that. All these features, as per our requirement, the software company people must take. Accordingly, they need to develop the project. That's called as a software project. They won't take any decision unless you have to give a information or maybe a software requirement specifications and business requirement specifications to the software company. Are you clear? Great. So the requirements are gathered from the particular client with respect to their requirements, such as SRS we can say, BRS we can say. Clear? Okay. Example, purchasing a flat before construction, bare body pillars మాత్రమే ఉంటాయి. వెళ్ళి నాకు ఇక్కడ ఈ గోడ కావాలి, where I supposed to be a puja room, where I supposed to have a staff room, where I supposed to have a kitchen room, likewise, where I supposed to have a reception, where I supposed to have a conference room, what are the sizes according to the specifications, according to the dimensions, we can build the what who's going to build it. It's a real estate people like we can say builders. Correct? That's called as a, and software level, banking application, education application, agriculture application, real estate applications, all these built upon the client requirements. Without their decisions and without their specifications, we cannot start anymore. Such kind of things are going to be said as, you know what? Software project. Great. You can construct it as per your guidelines and requirements. Software project. Absolutely. Yeah. And banking projects like ICICI, HDFC, e-commerce, all this big basket, all these softwares will be considered as software projects. You are going to test a software project, software products, mobile applications, all these you are going to test. Just I am making you clearance that what exactly the difference is. Yeah. Now, software quality has to be assessed. Whether the software is quality or not, how do you tell? ఒక సాఫ్ట్వేర్ క్వాలిటీయా కాదా అని నువ్వు ఎట్లా చెప్తావు? There will be functional requirements to be fulfilled, non-functional requirements to be proved. Then we will call that, the quality software or not. What are the quality metrics we have? ఒక పర్సన్ ఉన్నాడు, చాలా మంది అంటుంటారు ఈయన చాలా క్యారెక్టర్ ఉన్న మనిషి, చాలా పెద్ద వ్యక్తి, చాలా మంచి వ్యక్తి అని అంటాం. How do you say that my candidate is, great? Abdul Kalam is great. Rabindranath Tagore is great. Mother Teresa is great. Yes. Ratan Tata is great. Why don't Jagger is great? Yes or no? Yes or no? Why not KCR is great? Clear? So, before you are going to judge a particular man or maybe a product, whether quality or not, certain characteristics we are going to take into consideration. They are called functional metrics and non-functional metrics. What are they? Let's see. Okay. A software is said to be a quality if it satisfies with respect to the end user requirements. నీకు కావాల్సినట్టు అవతల ప్రోడక్ట్ లో క్వాలిటీస్ ఉంటే దాన్ని క్వాలిటీ ప్రోడక్ట్ అని అంటాం. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు బై ఏ టీవీ, somebody will likes only Sony, whatever the cost it might be. They don't bother about cost. 55 inches TV Sony is 60,000. Same 55 inches TV in UV, which is China-based TV, 30,000. Half of the cost is going to be reduced. But people don't prefer to go with the UV, they'll go with the only Sony. Why? Because already I have experienced certain quality metrics, sound clarity, LED clarity, resolution clarity, the ability to communicate with the smart devices like your phone can be mirroring, casting can be done, Bluetooth can be connected, Wi-Fi can be connected, it will be having Google apps, a lot of things we have seen already. నీకు కావాల్సిన రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ అన్ని ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ లో ఉంటే యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు జడ్జ్ దట్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్ ఇస్ క్వాలిటీ. 100% క్వాలిటీ నువ్వు తీసుకోపోని చెప్తాం మనం. ఆర్ క్లియర్? గ్రేట్. సో వెన్ ఎవర్ బిఫోర్ గోయింగ్ టు జడ్జ్ వెదర్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్ ఇస్ క్వాలిటీ ఆర్ నాట్, నువ్వు క్వాలిటీ గురించి చెప్తున్నావు, కాస్ట్ పరిస్థితి ఏంటి? దట్స్ ఆల్సో మ్యాటర్, రైట్? ఐ హ్యావ్ వన్ అబ్జర్వేషన్ విత్ అ టీవీ. I have a 100 inches TV at my home, but I took with only 70,000. అదే సామ్సంగ్, సోనీనో, ఇంకేమున్నాయి తోషిబ, ఇట్లా వేరే ప్రోడక్ట్స్, ఎల్జీ, మినిమం 1.5 lakh to 2 lakhs వెళ్ళాలి. అంటే నేను 75% ఆఫ్ ది కాస్ట్ ని తగ్గించాను. నువ్వు 5 లక్షల టీవీలు కూడా ఉన్నాయి. ఇప్పుడు మనము సౌండ్ రెజల్యూషన్, టీవీ యొక్క సౌండ్ ని మనము ఒక 25 దాటిపోతే నువ్వు 10 లక్షలు పెట్టిన టీవీ సౌండ్ ని కూడా వినలేవు. యూ కెన్ నాట్ టాలరేట్ దట్ నాయిస్. ఏదో ఒక రకమైన ఎక్కువ సిస్టమ్ వస్తుంది, ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది. వీ కెనాట్. ఐ ఆస్క్డ్ సేల్స్ బాయ్, ఇది 2 లక్షలు అంటున్నావు, మరి సౌండ్ పెంచితే ఏదో చెవికి ఏదో గోడ కొడుతున్నట్టుంది, ఏంటి మరి పరిస్థితి? సార్, ఓన్లీ రెజల్యూషన్ ఈస్ అ మ్యాటర్. If you pay 10 lakhs also for a TV, after particular intensity of the resolution of this value, we cannot listen that. To get very good clarity of DJ or sound clarity, there are third-party products like Boat. There are some products. This I accepted. అంటే ప్రైస్ తక్కువ పెట్టినా పర్లేదు, రెజల్యూషన్ మంచిగా ఉండి బోట్ కొనిస్తాను, నేను 10,000 పెట్టి ఒక డీజే స్పీకర్ కొనిస్తాను బార్. కరెక్ట్? Right. So now I can judge that, even there are some products, they are also better than the rich products. Cost is also matter. Yes or no? ఇప్పుడు నేను గర్వంగా చెప్తున్నాను, 70,000తో కొన్న టీవీ కూడా ఎక్సలెంట్గా ఉంది. అలా మనలాంటి వాళ్ళు రివ్యూస్ ఇవ్వాలి, కామెంట్ చేయాలి, క్వాలిటీ అని చెప్పాలి, ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్ లో ఉన్న ఫీచర్స్ అని అబ్జర్వ్ చేయాలి. Cost, budget, time to release, reliability, these are all factors are going to be considered as a metrics to judge whether the product is quality or not. These are all things are estimated quantitatively, qualitatively. అంటే ఏంటంటే క్వాంటిటేటివ్లీ అన్నాం అనుకో, మనం మెజరబుల్ ఒక వాల్యూతో మెజర్ చేయగలం. క్వాలిటేటివ్ అంటే ఐ లవ్ ఫుడ్, ఐ లవ్ దట్ గర్ల్ అంటాం. ఎంత? కెన్ యూ మెజర్? టేస్ట్ చాలా బాగుంది అంటాం. కెన్ యూ మెజర్? సో సచ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి క్వాలిటేటివ్ మెట్రిక్స్ అంటూ వాటి. నాకు టీవీ బాగా ఇష్టం. అంటే కొంతమంది చూడండి, మొబైల్ ఫోన్ ఐఫోన్ కొంటారు, ల్యాప్టాప్ ఐఫోన్ మ్యాక్ కొంటారు, వాళ్ళ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ అన్ని రిచ్నెస్ గా అవే కొంటారు. అంటే స్టేటస్ సింబల్. If we ask the question, why will be preferably buy only Mac, iPad related things you are going to buy అని అన్నాం అనుకో, వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఆన్సర్ ఉండదు. అంటే నేను చూసిన దాంట్లో the people who will hold the Apple, and I have seen crores, 1,000 crores of people also have seen, they will buy small phone, they'll talk. because they wanted to be not to, infect with all radiations and all. It is rich people wanted to show them that they are the rich people, the status symbol. Clear? So you have to know why I'm taking all these examples, before going to judge the product is quality or not, reliability, cost, time to release, and durability, usability, many factors are involved in it. Being a quality analyst, you are not going to calculate and estimate all this. But somebody, scrum masters, business intelligence people will estimate the cost, time, resources, all this. Are you clear? Great. Performance, compatibility, ease of use, all these are matters. Are you clear? Then we will see that the software quality is good. Clear. Now, I'll be going with a SDLC. What is the full form of SDLC? Software Development Lifecycle. Great. Okay. What does it mean? To develop a product, to build a house, you wanted to build a house. What is the process you are going to follow? Generally, at villages, they won't consult any architect. They won't consult any civil engineers. Just they will be call somebody workers. I want to build this house, one double bedroom flat with so and so space. You tell me, and you start building. But now you see this kind of buildings. Definitely, there will be first step is that we have to meet civil engineer. He can also be called as architect, who will be draw the planning of the blueprint of the building. He will be estimate how many lakhs and crores are required in order to build, how many labors are required, how much sand is required, how much bricks are required. Up to 90% of the estimations they will be predicted given to you based on their predefined knowledge. And then we'll be start according to our budget. Shall we start? Or some more loans required from the bank or not? We are going to build. In a similar way, to develop a software also, the way you are building a house, we have to have a proper meetings, proper retrospective meetings, and proper reviews, and we have to consult the people, technical, non-technical. There are many stakeholders are going to be involved. Clear? Some steps will be involved. If you don't follow the certain life cycle steps, the outcome of the product might be unexpected. Risk might have happen. Therefore, certain steps we need to involve. Certain already predefined proven models we have. కొన్ని already models ఉన్నాయి. Waterfall model, spiral model, Big Bang model, Agile model, Scrum model, isn't it? You might have, there are many models we have. RAD model, iteration model, చాలా మోడల్స్ ఒక్కొక్క లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ కంపెనీలో ఒక్కొక్క మోడల్ ని చూస్తారు. Clear? All models will follow same steps, but certain things might be different. That I will be addressed to you. Please, you just understand that. Okay. Software information gathering is the first phase. What happens at a software development lifecycle? What does it mean? At a software information gathering, one man called as a business intelligence, like business analyst, BA, will approach to the client. He will be talk to the client. He will be take all natural language related statements from the client, what sort of software they want, what services need to be provided by the software, will be taking on to the paper. He will be translate all natural language English into a executable and object oriented level, or maybe a software programming implementation level of language. దాన్ని మనం సూడో కోడ్ అంటాం, అల్గారిథం అంటాం, ఫ్లో చార్ట్ అంటాం, డిజైనింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ అంటాం. ఎందుకంటే క్లయింట్ అనేవాడు టెక్నికల్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు, నాన్ టెక్నికల్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు, హిందీ మాట్లాడేవాడు అయి ఉండొచ్చు, తెలుగు మాట్లాడేవాడు ఉండొచ్చు, ఉర్దూ మాట్లాడేవాడు అయి ఉండొచ్చు. ఆ లాంగ్వేజ్ చెప్పినవన్నీ మనము సైంటిఫిక్ గా ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లోకి ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేయాలి. హూస్ జాబ్ ఈస్ business analyst should be a very intellectual man, very smart man, where he is going to be act as a translator. He must know Telugu, he must have an idea about English. Those documents called as a business requirement specification documents and software requirement specification documents are going to be given to the next level man called designer. The next person is going to do what? Designing chester. A designer can be an architect. Please. He will be designing an algorithms. He will design a flowchart. He will be designed with the third-party tools, and he will be create a collaboration diagrams, class diagrams, objective diagrams, sequential diagrams, many more. Clear? That all things is going to be designed by the designer, which is very closer to the technical man, and non-technical man can also be understand the documents. Clear? Yes. Software implementation, where the developer is going to be involved. Whatever the about two people have done the documentation, that will be handed over to the software developer or coder, or maybe programmer. Job is easy because he will have all the documents properly. Then he will start writing according to the requirements. By the day when you receive the documents, you have object-oriented programming documents, means SRS and BRS documents, the diagrammatic documentation you have, what variables to be declared, what classes to be declared, what objects to be called. Completely, you will have a blueprint of what to be write a code. In fact, the developer job is easy, right? So the moment when the software developer is developed a product, it is called as a .exe product. అంటే ఎగ్జిక్యూటబుల్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ని డెవలప్ చేస్తారు, ఎగ్జిక్యూటబుల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ని డెవలప్ చేస్తారు. Then the candidate is going to become, your role is going to start. QA, software tester, automation tester, manual tester. There are a lot of designations. V&V tester, verification and validation engineer, we can say. What exactly you do? Whatever the prototype model has been given by the developer, you are going to test whether the product has a defects or bugs or failures. There are a lot of testings are there. Sanity testing, black box testing, white box testing, chimpanzee testing, gray testing, a lot of testings. That in progressive classes, you will get to know all this. Clear? Okay. Software deployment. So here, database administrators are going to be involved. DevOps engineers are going to be involved. Hardware engineers are going to be involved. Maintenance engineers are going to be involved. Many people are going to be involved in it. So they will be deploy the software, what was developed at a client, like at a software development location to the client location. That's called as the installation process or deployment process. Clear? This is called a waterfall model. So, right, project planning, estimations would happen, then they will be converted into requirements. The requirements can be business requirements or maybe a software requirements, resources, hardware, and money, everything will be involved in it. Then the analysis would start, then the designing would start, coding, testing, deployment. Very common phases are involved into all this. If you start working on one particular project, you will get to know what sort of things will be involved as part of each step over here. Clear? Yeah. So right. So this is in elaborated manner. What happens at a step one? SIZ is nothing but it's an information gathering, software information gathering. Client requirements towards the software will be collected by business analyst at this particular phase. What is the second phase? Software designing. Transform the natural language information to ER diagrams, entity relationship diagrams, object diagrams, flow charts, algorithms. All these will be done by the designer with the third-party tools called as a rational rows, rational doors by IBM tools, or by UML. There are a lot of commercial tools we have in order to draw the diagrams very neatly, which is useful for the developers not to make any kind of mistakes while writing a code. Clear? Yeah. Third one is transform the designing documents DD into executable programmatic code. By programming languages like a C, C++, Java, Python, C#, there will be multiple programming languages. Fourth is testing, verification and validation is does at a client level, at a development level, with a manual testing or maybe a automation testing, right? Yeah. Lastly, installation at a client location, that process is called as a deployment process, right? Yeah. So in the next class, I'll be talking a little more because there are many PPTs we have. Each and everything is very important. You have to gain the knowledge. You have to have a proper idea. You should be able to express them the way I'm expressing in an elaborated manner. Are you clear? I'll be share this particular PPT to you. Please kindly keep it with you. Try to go through that. Try to remember the terminologies perfectly without any ambiguities. If you have any ambiguity, please raise your point, ask me the question, get resolved that particular doubt. Don't keep the doubts within your mind. That will be, damage your brain and muscle. Clear? So any queries you have, let me stop this class today. And then, obviously I'll be go through the rest of the things in the next class. Do you have any questions? Okay. I'll be give the video recording also. I'll be keep this all recording into our Act Now Cloud is our channel for the Already Cloud training. You just refer that through that particular channel. Yeah. Thank you so much, Shiva. I think the rest of the things we'll see in the next class. Are you going to come for the
Okay, sir.
online or offline class?
Offline class.
Okay, the class timing is the same at 11:30 tomorrow. You can walk in for the class tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Shiva. Thank you.